Welcome to Spoiler Warning. Warning is a section on my YouTube channel where I talk about different topics such as webtoons, anime, D&D, etc. Just a place where I share my love for just a bunch of stuff that I love, commentary, breakdowns, etc. I will be recommending today the Swordmasters Youngest Son, which originally I had planned on doing breakdowns of each of the episodes, but Tapas's content policy prevents me from using images past the free episodes, so we'll cover those and recommend the series, but I'll be able to have some more images accompanying the videos from more webtoon comics, so that way you guys don't always have to stay on my face. So anyway, let's go into it. Spoilers ahead. The Swordmasters Youngest Son is a story about Jin Rukendell. It is a regression story. OP characters. What's not to love? I'm a huge fan of regression, reincarnation, and isekai stories. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, because there's a lot of them that are generic. And even Swordmasters Youngest Son, as cool as it is, does kind of start off the same way, generic, but it has really good pacing. The main character grows pretty well. So if you're looking for a higher quality, like a better than the average, regression story, I would say Swordmasters Youngest Son is one of them. So the overview or general story is it's a story about Jin Rukendell. He's the member of the swordsman clan, the Rukendell family, and he's known as the worst swordsman in the Rukendell history. At age 25, he's banished from his clan, meets his teacher who teaches him magic, which he has a talent for, and is forbidden by the Rukendell family based on a pact that was made years ago by the Zyfel patriarch, who's the mage family, and the Rukendell patriarch. They used to be renowned swell swords before this. Through his talent in magic, he's contacted by the shadow god Sildred, who gives him a contract which gives him access to the Shadow Force, as well as immunity to curses, which Sildred then is able to notice the curse that he believes drew him to Jin, which is the sword delusion, which prevented Jin from actually being able to learn swordsmanship. With the curse nullified, Jin is able to practice and improve, and finally has help. And then he also adds magic to it and realizes he can become a powerful spell sword. Unfortunately, very soon after he dies, he regresses back to when he's 1 year old, in the Sword Garden, where he once again chooses the first patriarch sword, Balsalada, which is also where it may have caused somebody to decide, oh, can't trust this kid, or I got to worry about this kid in our succession-ish run for the patriarch, show for the patriarch. So that's when they cursed him. He has access to magic, the Shadow Force, and is able to learn swordsmanship, knowledge of the future. Dragons in the story for that basically are partnered up with each of the contractors of different gods. They're basically the guardians of the contractors. And Murakon is the dragon he gets, who was also partnered with the first patriarch, who was also contracted with Sildred. It's an interesting story. Jin is not the strongest character in the series by far. I'm like 144 chapters in, and he's still not the strongest. There are plenty of people stronger than him, but he progresses in a really nice way, and he grows as a character. His dynamic with his family changes. It is fairly antagonistic because by design, that's how they were raised by their father and their mother. Her opinion is she married into the family. She's very much with it. She's kind of an enabler. Isn't actually shown a whole lot, but is fully on board with the way the Rukendells run things, because she's a Rukendell as well. Yeah, he progresses really nicely, and it has really great art. Has cool fight scenes. I enjoy the series. I tend to binge read a lot of stuff, so I read to a certain extent, then and then read more. So I've been reading a lot of series. And so I have to switch over to more weekly releases or reading with stuff, because I weekly read Dungeon Crawler Carl. And at the time when it was being released on the Slasher, I was reading as it was coming out, which I finished that series. That's another cool series. That one's on Webtoons. Both of them, Dungeon Crawler Carl and Zombie Slasher R110. Dungeon Crawler. Carl is in the second season. It's still continuing. We're going to talk about that later. If you like regression stories, sword and magic, gods, fights for succession, all that fun stuff. OP, crazy OP characters. You'll enjoy it. Check it out. And as for other stuff you can look forward to in this, in the spoiler warning section, I'm looking forward to reading the Absolute DC trilogy, which is Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman. I will be checking those out as well as some other stuff. So those are monthly releases, which started in October 2024. So it will take a little bit to get current with that, but I should be able to get current with that much more so than with, for example, Critical Role Season 4 or Critical Role Campaign 4. I just started episode 31. By the time this video comes out, I will have finished. I'll be current again. I will probably be more current with the Absolute series than with Critical Role Campaign 4 because currently on episode 31, but I have to backtrack to do the recap breakdown episodes, which I will start with episode 1. I could start with the most current one, but then if you're like, oh yeah, I enjoy this, there would be no other ones. I will try to see if I can also check out Age of Empires Shadowlands. I have seen all of the first season. It is a miniseries that uses the Dagger Heart system, which I'm fairly interested in. I want to learn more about, especially since they released their expansion Hope and Fear, which adds transformations, and I'm all about transformations. I love transformations and stuff. Big Dragon Ball Z fan over here. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff to check out. Not just in the spoiler warning section, but in the channel as a whole, because I will be streaming on Twitch, working on doing some more skits. So it's a little bit of everything over here. Hope you enjoy and check it out. Spoilers up.